In Melbourne, water is essential to our way of life. It's something so essential, so normal, but most of us don't really know where it comes from. That's because these days we don't have to think about our water too often. But this wasn't always the case. In 1891, a group of Melbourne visionaries set about resolving the major problem of the day, the stench. The Smelbourne problem, as it was known, was solved with the ambitious construction of a citywide sewage system. Over a century later, there are new challenges we're tackling today. Most pressing, climate change and a rapidly growing population, with more people wanting to call Melbourne home. And who could blame them? We're blessed with great places to live, work and play, and share the most incredible backyard. Our iconic rivers and creeks that are the lifeblood of Melbourne, they make living here so great. But the impacts of climate change bring hotter and drier weather, more severe bushfires and unpredictable storms and floods, less rainfall over time, and of course, the possibility of another drought. By 2030, a growing population of over 6 million Melburnians will need to use more resources daily. But we've got this. We're in the decade that matters, when the actions we take now will define our future. That's why at Melbourne Water, we plan across 50-year time horizons. Today, Melbourne's water supply comes primarily from dams and reservoirs. But we can't just rely on more dams for more water. When our water storages started to drop below 50% in 2018, it was clear that the desalination plant needed to be turned on and kept on, and now it provides an essential role in our city's water supply. Through our world-class sewage system, we also collect and treat our wastewater, recycling it for parks, gardens, farming and even firefighting. And at sites like our iconic Western Treatment Plant, home to a thriving ecosystem of native wildlife, we're innovating our sewage treatment technology, so people and industry can use more recycled water. Technology also helps us to adapt our operations to prepare for a changing climate. We're reducing our impact by lowering carbon emissions, using sewage byproducts to create energy, and by building solar farms at our treatment plants. It's better for Melbourne and for our environment. We recognise that the traditional owners of the region have connections to and hold ancient knowledge of the land and waterways that are inseparable from their lives. That's why we're finding more and more ways to work together and follow their leadership, like supporting a traditional owner-led cultural fire plan with cultural burns occurring across our sites to help us manage the land and protect the environment. Because the health of our waterways and land is essential to our native wildlife and to our way of life, providing places to exercise, relax, socialise and connect with nature, helping Melburnians' physical and mental health. But we don't do all this alone. Together with other groups, we're constantly tending to all the rivers, creeks and surrounding land of our greatest backyard. And everyone can play a part. We might be called Melbourne Water, but we're so much more. By managing all parts of the water cycle, by providing clean drinking water, treating sewage so we can recover and reuse valued resources, working with our community to reduce flood risk, and keeping all 25,000 kilometres of Melbourne's rivers and creeks healthy. We support all aspects of a healthy and thriving Melbourne. This work is essential to our way of life, not just today, but tomorrow and for generations to come.